Try to share the video, click the like button, and also invite your friends and your neighbors too to join us on this very powerful good news today. So I don't have too much time. I will just brief us the latest good news on about savini laws and about SPRA, because we have a lot of good news there which I will explain today. If, like I said before, if you are just joining us for the first time, welcome to Matters Arising TV. Click the subscription button there and click the like button and share also the video. Invite your friends and neighbors so that they will benefit from this very news update, this very broadcast, because we have a lot to learn, and I have a lot to teach you guys out there. So first of all, let me start with savini laws. The Italian parliament have uplifted and abolished all the savini laws because they voted and debated. After the debate, then the majority won the vote, which means most of the Savini's laws, those laws that he imposed, especially on immigrants, have been lifted and also abolished. So some of the rights that he struck out from immigrants have been restored back by the new parliament leader. So some of the laws is what I will explain now, and how to go about it. So I will go into detail, but remember that I don't have too much time to be on air this evening. So, but I will try my possible best to tell us the needful things that we need to know. So, like I said, share the video and invite your friends. Click the like button before I continue. Let me start with first of all, I will update us on a senatorial document before I go to the main news. The ongoing senatorial document in Italy, some about 110 or 11,000 people have been applied for this very document, and according to the statement released by their spokesperson, out of this 110,000 applicants, they have only prepared about 10,000 documents. So about 10,000 persons have been prepared. Maybe they have not yet received it, but it's already in their office. I mean the questura office. There you will get it. So if you are among these 10,000 people that are lucky to have this very document, congratulations to you, Aguri, Tanta Aguri, because it's not easy. For those of you that are not yet receive any signal or any notification, any call or anything about it, still be praying that it works out for you. So, and they are saying what another thing that is delaying them from issuing the document, they will go through investigations and check the authenticity of what you submit to them. So because of that, it takes a lot of time, and they are complaining that a lot of people submitted fake contract jobs, while most of the applicants, what they submitted were not what they required. So they are trying to pick those that meet up with the requirement of this very senatorial document, and that's what is holding them. Some of them, but I must say the truth that they are not trying, because at least 100 and something thousand have applied for this very document. At least 50, half of the applicants could have received their document. But nevertheless, those that are very lucky, but no hope is lost. So, and that brings me to the main topic. For those that have 2 years, you know, Savini decree says that those that have 2 years can no longer go to SPRA. Now, this new law now have changed it. That means for those that have 2 years, I mean humanitarian document, can now apply for SPRA. Some of those that are staying in the camp say that you don't need a SPRA. I will tell you the difference between SPRA and the camp, which is a SPRA and the Centro Colienza, as they call it. They are not the same. SPRA is more higher and more beneficiary than camp. There's nothing you gain in camp. Camp might promise you something or other thing, but believe you me, they will not do it. So when you get the opportunity to go to SPRA, don't miss that chance. And there is an opportunity for you if you have humanitarian document and maybe you have one issue with your camp and they refuse to apply for SPRA for you. This very new law now make it easy for you. You can as well apply by yourself without waiting for camp people, those operators working in the camp, to apply for you. I will tell you what you need to do and how to apply about this document. But before I do that, let me clarify you the difference between SPRA and camp. SPRA will prepare you on how to live your life, how you can live. You know, when you were in camp, they cook for you. You don't have any choice of food. It's what they bring for you, you will eat. They might decide to cook their concoction, which they call white rice. Just parboil rice, put it salt and pepper. Finish. There is nothing like a stew or red oil, nothing. That's what they mostly serve in camp. But SPRA, they will give you money for you to cook by yourself. They will provide gas, cooking gas and pots, everything that you need in house that you need to use in cooking. They will provide those things for you. That is number one difference from SPRA and camp. And when you were in camp, there's nothing like clothing money. They don't give clothing money in camp. But in SPRA, they do. They give quarterly. That means they will give you every 6 months. You have they will give you money for wardrobe to what is it called, to change your clothes. And also, when your time is due in SPRA will help you find a house, or they will ask you to find a house. When you find this house, they will help you to pay. Remember, if someone tells you that SPRA will pay for 6 months for you, in one way it's true, in the other way it's a lie. Why I tell you that it's a lie is that SPRA will only budget 1,200 euro for house for you, and they can only spend that money when you stay up to the time there you agree with them. But on the halfway, you said you don't want to stay again, you want to leave, they can only release 250 euro for you. And if you mistakenly you break any of the rules, they can also give you muta on that, and they will subtract it from the 250 euro they are going to give you. I'm explaining the spra aspect now. I will later come back to the centro accoglienza, which is a camp, we call camp. So that 1,200 they tell you that they will spend on a house for you. If you find a house that is cost 200 euro, they will pay for 6 months. And remember, they are not going to pay the 6 months once. They will pay 3 months and monitor you if you truly take the house. If before 3 months you leave the house, they will not pay any other money for you. But if you continue to stay in the house, they will pay for another 3 months. That is only if the house is cost 200 or less. But if the house, for example, cost 300, you can only divide 300 by the 1,200 by 3, which you get 4. So that they will pay for 4 months for you, not 600. That is, we put it in mind that the amount they are going to spend, if you have good relationship with them, is 1,200 euro. So it depends on the cost of the house you have that will prompt them. We determine the months they are going to pay. So the lower the cost of the house, the higher the months they pay for you. While the higher the cost of the house, the lower the months they pay for you. That is for when it comes to payment of house rent. But for example, maybe you are working, you have an opportunity to buy house. In this case, they can spend more than 1,200 euro. They can spend 2,000 euro on you. What they will use it to do, they will use that 2,000 euro to furnish the house you buy. If there is no property, they will buy you some properties. If maybe you need some things to be repaired in the house, they will help you fix those things inside the 2,000 euro. Please, if you are joining us for the first time, this is Matters Horizon TV. Please share this video and subscribe. Invite your friends, let them join you and benefit from this very explosive broadcast news. So, like I said before, when you buy house, they will help you to furnish the house. They will spend 2,000 and above euro on the equipment, meaning the house. Maybe you need a mattress, which is bed, fridge, television, washing machines. Those things, they can help you to buy those things. Then you still have a chance. Outside of that 2,000 naira, you have a chance they will register you in a Scuola Guida, which is a driving school, and they will pay for both theory and practical. They will only pay once, which means if they pay for you and you fail the first exam, you are going to pay the second exam you are going to take. The same thing to the practical. That's how they do it. Then, apart from that, you will also benefit. Maybe if you are not working, you will benefit some tirochino. They will start a tirochino for you. They will help you find a tirochino work. And when you get this work, you need to offer your best, because the company where you are working are the one to determine if they will take you permanently or not. So when you perform well, you have good characters, you have your everything, you follow that, you are hardworking, and you communicate well with your colleagues, and your behaviors there will determine if the datore de laboro, the employee, can give you a contract, permanent contract. So that very one do not depend on SPRA, in case if you are in SPRA. And another thing is that you cannot order SPRA on what you need or what you will do. No, you have to follow the rules and regulations of the SPRA where they take you to. And you can also apply by yourself. The way to apply, if you are in a camp or maybe you just got your 2 years document and they chase you out of camp, you don't have anywhere to stay, just go to Ufficio Immigrazione, which is in Questura, is also in Prefettura. You can apply this SPRA there. You can apply, and when you apply there, it's more authentic, because there they will give you everything you need without going through your Centro Accoglienza controller, which is your capo, the operators that is working in the camp. Secondly, when immediately they post you to SPRA, they will give you a form to fill. Before you fill that form, there is something you will look properly. For example, when you were in camp, if you have done your hardware, your A1 or B1 or Terza Media, you don't need to feel that aspect that you will repeat those schools again, because once you feel it, definitely you go back to those courses that you have their certificate, because you sign it. What you need to do, first of all, you will tell them that in this area I have already have their certificate, that I don't need to go to school. By doing that, you will stroke it out. You can replace it with a Scuola Professionale, or you can replace it with Scuola Muretto, which is a forklift school. And all these things, SPRA will be in charge of it. You are not going to pay a dime, in as far as you follow the rules and regulations of the SPRA. You are not going to pay. They are the one to pay all those things. Then after that, then they will ask you the things what you need from SPRA. What do you want SPRA to do for you? This first thing, the forms they will give you to fill it, those things you need, you cannot just come there and tell them that you want them to be feeding you. No. What you need to tell SPRA that is very, very important is job. Number one, you want them to give you job. Two, you want them to help you for house, because you are not going to stay in SPRA forever. No, you only have maximum of 12 years if you are lucky to have job. But if you are not lucky to have job, you can exceed that 12. I mean, I said 12 months. Sorry, 12 months. If you don't have job, you can exceed that 12 months in SPRA. But the normal time you need to spend in SPRA is 12 months. They will give you 6 months first. After it have expired, they will give you a second 6 months. So once you get your job, remember, tirocinio is not job. Tirocinio is just like learning work. So during this period you are in SPRA, you are expected to learn, to go school, either Scuola Guida or Scuola Giardino, which is how to cut grass, or Scuola Muretto, which is a forklifting, or Scuola Guida, which is a driving school. These are the things that is very, very important, especially this patente, which is a Scuola Guida. Is very, very important. So whenever you enter SPRA, just put it to them and put effort, because if you, for example, you have 2 years document and you have patente. Patente is 10 years depending on your age. If you have 40 years, from 50 years down is 10 years. So when you have this patent, you can easily use it to apply for whatever you want to apply, which the 2 years cannot apply. So this patent can help you to apply for all those things that you need to apply with a real document, because humanitarian document is restricted for some certain things. You cannot use it to do some certain things. But a scholar, this a patent, you can use it. You can use it for whatever you want to do because it's a very document. Then after you fill those things, then SPRA will now come with their own rules and regulation, which is you must not, if you're a man or a boy, a guy, you must not bring girl in the SPRA. You must not bring your friends to SPRA. Before you can do all those things, you must come to their office and give them notice. So if someone tell you that once you enter SPRA, you will do anyhow. If you do anyhow, they will chase you out. They will just kick you out without giving you any dime. And there is no place you can take them to, because they are the government. The government are sponsoring them. And some of those that is working there are working for the Questura, which is police. So whatever you do, there is no good friend as operator in SPRA and in camp. All of them are working with the police. So if you are doing something and you are exposing yourself to any of those people, you are risking yourself, because all of them are the same thing, no difference. So that is for SPRA. You have a lot of things to benefit in SPRA. Then when you are in camp, maybe you have the 2 years while you are in camp, and camp people will tell you that they will rent house. Once you sign, let them do it, they will fuck you up. Camp don't rent house for person. They will collect the money from the Questura, from the Prefectura, and they will never register you for anything. They will never pay for scholar visa for you. You will be the one to pay everything by yourself. So once you have your document, try as possible as you can to apply for SPRA, especially now that the Savini law have been lifted. Please, if you are just joining us for the first time, this is Matters Horizon TV. Share the video and subscribe. Invite your friends. So camp will promise you heaven and earth, and they will use your codice fiscale and your carta identity to apply for all those things they promise you. Definitely the prefectura will hand it over to them, and they will never give you anything. Once your time expires, they will push you out. If you go to Questura or Prefectura, they will bring your file and tell you that they have given you those things you are complaining. If you tell them that the camp, the Centro Colienza, they didn't give you, it's none of their business. They will not go there and control them, because it's them. Even if they go there, they know how to settle themselves. So you will know what, before you make a decision, think before you make your decision. And lastly, in camp, there's nothing like clothing, money for clothes or money for food or money for those things. The only thing they can give you is €2.50 per day. So when you tax it for 1 week or 1 month, you know how much they are going to give you as your pocket money. SPRA will double that for you. If you are in SPRA and you are working, maybe you are working in another city where you take Puma, SPRA will do abonamento for you. Why camp cannot do that? Camp cannot do any abonamento for you. So these are the I take time to explain these things in details, because of our brothers. Those ones outside, once they get documents, they will just run out. They say, no, I don't want to go SPRA. The life there is very hard, and you are in camp. The life in SPRA is not hard. It's very sweet if you know your way. It can be hard when you don't know your way. SPRA will help you to establish easily. Immediately you leave SPRA, they will help you to establish, so that the expenses, when you, as a beginner, the expenses will be high if SPRA don't help you. If you don't get any help from SPRA, it will be very, very high for you. So you need to use your head and calculate well. They will restrict your friends coming. That is not an issue. Your friend visiting you is not an issue for this moment. The only thing you need to know, maybe you don't want to stay long. The first 6 months, the first contract they give you is 6 months. As far as once the 6 months expire and you have gotten your job, tell them that you want to leave, that they have to find house for you. Definitely they will help you to find house anywhere of your choice, and they will pay for you. But if that 6 months that you sign with them have not expired and you want to leave, they will not pay a house rent for you. Note this, they will not pay a house rent for you. They can only give you 250 euro. And if they have paid for any school or anything for you and you want to abandon it, they will still minus the money they paid in that 250 euro they will give you. So the remaining balance they will give you, maybe they will give you 50 euro, and you don't have any person to query. It's your own cup of tea. So like I said, SPRA has many benefits. Why camp don't have little or no benefit? So if you have the opportunity, apply. But where my point is going to now is those that have humanitarian documents. A lot of people out there, you have your humanitarian document maybe 2 months back, which you don't have the opportunity. You can also apply for it now. You still have the chance to apply for it. Just go to Ufficio Immigrazione. Ask any person around you. If you are staying in Provincia di Biella, just go to the Questura there. Then you can apply it close to Aselunga, where you do your G3. It's the same place you will get it. But if you are staying in a small city, you can go to the nearest big city. I'm talking about those that stay in Biella province. That's the people I'm directing where they can go. But if you stay outside, ask any people around you there. They will direct you. Do not be afraid to ask questions. They will not kill you if you ask questions. And don't be afraid to request what you know that is the right thing to do. The only thing you need to do is to go to any questora around you, ask them questions, check for information. The only way you will be afraid is if you have committed any crime or you have done something wrong. That's where maybe you know what I'm saying. So that's the only way you can be afraid of going to Questura, because of the kind things you have took your hand. That's why it's not advisable to soak your hand in all those things that is not genuine. And another thing that I want to still explain here again is, maybe you have your 5 years document, which is a political asylum or subsidiary, and you leave, maybe you migrate to Germany, and there they ask you to abandon the 5 years so that you will start afresh to seek asylum. They will give you documents in Germany. If you try it, you are gone. They will seize that very document and they will never give you document again. And once they terminate that document there, because before they will terminate it, they will ask you to sign. Immediately you sign, they will telephone the Italian government that you have signed to, that you no longer need the asylum which the protection Italy government give you. So they are now taking over because they are receiving money from the UN on your head. So once you do these things, the document, they will kill it in your hand. You cannot be able to return to Italy to renew it because it's already dead. So, and if you have stayed some months or years, 1 year, highest 1 year, you still have the opportunity to come back to Italy and ask for SPRA. Yes, you have the opportunity, especially if you're a family person. You have the opportunity if you never go SPRA before migrating to another country, not only Germany, in any Schengen countries are here in Europe. So that is it for today. Please share this video and follow our YouTube channel, subscribe and click the bell sign there so that you will receive a notification whenever we come live to give you update. Because we have a lot of things. We are not just covering the news about the Italian document. We cover news in our both the things that happen in Africa, everything. We cover them here. Like today now, the NDDC chairman, acting chairman, collapsed when he was interrogating how he spent his money. The 2019 budget, they hand over to him. And the Ghana president have sold their airport to Chinese government. I will be giving you this update. And this is why Africans are going back. So I have a lot to bring to you on this TV channel. So subscribe and follow us. Thank you for joining us. I will end the matter today. Thank you and remain blessed. Don't forget to share and invite your friends. Thank you. May God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.